This is what I love about art. When you're feeling not great, you can come in and you can just play, and it's such a distraction from the things that you're worrying about. In this video, I am making some new paintings, and these were done at a time when I had recently, one of my goats had died, and so I was feeling sad, and I started these paintings. I put down some collage, and I'm really only interested in the collage for sort of the relief effect you get when you have edges of collage on a flat surface like this. So I'm painting over it, and even though little bits of it will still be seen, mostly what I'm getting are those edges that you can see there, and that's what I'm really loving about that. And then after the paint's put on, and it's still a little bit wet in parts, sprinkling a little bit of water on, you can then scrape back through and find that collage that's underneath. But it's certainly, it's just going to be little spots and edges and things that where the paint gets lifted away. And this is where art meets therapy, I reckon. So I'm not feeling great, I'm feeling sad about my poor goat, and so I can take a pastel and I can draw my goat. I can be a child, I can draw like a 4-year-old, and I can feel the feels and be distracted also by the marks, the paint, the pastel. I can write words, I can put it all down there, and then, just completely sort of be immersed in my feelings, but be slightly distracted by what I'm creating. And then I can just paint right over the top of it. All those feelings, I'm sure this is probably not what you're supposed to do, but I can cover those words up, I can cover that up, I can move on. And this is where I think art does meet therapy, is that you can create something, you can put all your feelings down there, and then you can move on and you can make something else. But those feelings, those words, that process is all still there. And so this is what I did when my goat died. And I actually did it as well when my father died. That's how I came into art. Not originally, but that's how I came into this sort of abstract way of painting and intuitive painting, was after my father died, and just putting it all down and moving on from it. So here comes another goat. And I know that all of this is going to get painted over, but this is a really good way of just processing my feelings and allowing them to be down there, to be seen, to be felt, and then I can move on and I can take all of this and make it into something else. And in some parts there will be some of this that will be seen, but I don't know, it just felt good to do this at this time. And now I'm moving on. This is a bit of ink, and I'm scraping that around as well and getting some nice colour combinations and some nice effects, and just starting to create the painting. And then the next day I started to think about design and started to think about what I wanted to create. But this is more art than therapy, but I had been through the therapy so that I could make my art. And so I just think that I love the way that art is a way of dealing with feelings, and a way of meeting you in your life where you're at. So this is all what I did with it, and you can see some of the words that I wrote in there are coming through and still part of the final painting. And there's my darling goat.